Hey guys, welcome to this next video. This video is I'm gonna take you through Jarvee. I presume that you already installed Jarvee. If not, go back to the last video. Make sure that you have installed Apps for Rent, and in Apps for Rent you have installed Jarvee. So this is the when you've installed Jarvee and open up, this will be a totally white screen. So, but for this purpose training, I'm just, want to take you through. Once you have installed or, you add your Instagram profiles, you will see, it will look like this. This will see if they grow and if they shrink. And you see that some, this could be because of an error or, could be dozens of reasons. But let me take you through it, how everything works. So when you are here, this will be a white space. The thing that you're gonna do first is you go here. So you are here in social profiles, right? Here you see on the left. Then you go to add profile, just click it. And then you choose, of course, Instagram. As you see, Jarvee can also do a lot of other stuff. I am not sure how everything works yet. You see a Twitter account here. I'm just testing it. I just added it. I have not done anything with it. So it's going to be interesting. But of course, this is Instagram. So let's go to Instagram. So you click add account, add profile. And then here, what I do is I type in the name of the Instagram account so that I really can recognize it. So this is Instagram account 54. So if you're one of my Instagram accounts is Time Freedom Dad, I will do Time Freedom Dad here. This second one, account description, you can leave empty. It will fill out all the details later automatically. It will extract it from your account. So your email, your phone number, and your usernames, it will be there. So tags. Especially if you have, let's say, Instagram in multiple niches, then give it a niche. A travel, if it's a travel account, call it travel. If it's, weight loss, call it weight loss. If it's maybe you're running accounts for somebody else, I really recommend that you do that because, you can make small money or, big money, but you can pay what you pay monthly for Jarvee. That's a great way to earn it back. So you just either type in here. So you could do travel, or you click on here, and then you see that there are already a few ones here. So pick that one. Here you do of course, Time Freedom Dad. Do the Time Freedom Dad here, and then put your password in here, and then click verify account. Of course, this is not a real account, but I want to show you. Let's go to one of my accounts I want to use this for. Let's use today, where is it? Corporate is history. So you see it's valid. I cannot show you that, I guess, because I want to show you, okay. I have no errors, but what could happen, of course, that it is not valid. Now it says valid. So if you hit verify, it will hit valid. If it does not have it, or later on you have an email verification, and then if you do not have to log in on your phone. Let's say I have outsourced most of my accounts, so I don't want to log in. So there is an option. It will be in red. A red sentence here saying something you want to verify in the browser. Just mark it, and then you have here verify through email and verify through SMS. I do always through email because I use numbers that I can only use once. So you do email, verify, and then in your email you will receive a 6-digit code. Just fill it in here and say verified, and it's valid again. So very good. Ignore here. You can add, let's say you do not want to follow specific people or whatever. You can put them in here. Ignore, I don't use that. Edit profile. Here there, or so this is you. So you can add manually the people that you do not want to follow, or this is the blacklist where so you will want to follow and unfollow, and the people that you have unfollowed you do not want to follow again, so they're here automatically. Edit profile, I'm not going to show you here because that's all the details of these accounts, email addresses and phone numbers and stuff. I'd rather keep that private to myself, as you can understand. Scrape tools, I'm not using that, so that's in your own account. You could, here's always tutorials down here, so you can always see what this does. Extract like from URL. Okay, so you're gonna just extract users, do specific comments, or from an URL. But anyway, if you're using follow liker, if you've used that before, I really recommend by now that you're gonna move over from follow liker to Jarvee, because of the results are so much better, and all the features I'm gonna show you in this video are a lot better as well. But you have so you have accounts there, and you have also a blacklist. If you're on the second page, you have a blacklist. You can download those lists and upload them here, import them in here. So like here, ignore that blacklist. They will add the users to that list. It will work. I have not done that. I did new research, so I started to follow different accounts. But it works very easy. Notes is just notes. If you want to make a note, an extra note here, you can do it here. Two-factor authentication. You can call this number. It's somewhere in China. Nobody will use that. But so if you're using your own number, you will put your phone number in here, and it will automatically. Well, you will get a request, and you have to do it anyway. But an email validation is as well. I'm not going to show you there. But it's also, so these are these things. I actually I'm not using all, I only do settings. So here you see what I said, this automatically filled in. You see your bio and stuff like that. And edit profile, in edit profile you can edit your bio, you can change your links, expect a email verification procedure when you do change your links through this. But no worries, just go here and do verify. So guys, that is it for this. Then you have, once you've added your account, it will be here. We go to tools. By the way, in dashboard here, you will see everything that's happening. I'll show you later. So you see here is a good thing to show you as well, because this is something I'm testing. You can do it. I will keep on doing it, because you see a lot of them is working, but most of them are getting errors. That is something Instagram did updates in the algorithm, and liking on automation gives errors. But don't freak out. Just turn it off, and then in a couple of days it will be good again, and I'll give it a try again. So for this, everything looks great. Oh, there's red as well. Anyway, I'll look at that later. Let's continue. So what you will do is now you have to go through all the steps and do all the settings. And that's where we are going into now. So you click on your account, and then it should be doing something. Yes. And why would that be stopped? Is there nothing in here? Yes, so that's a great thing to show you. Let's go to document. I can show you that here is better. So these are all the things that all the options and all the features of Jarvee. And I just want to go through them one by one. And I start with follow. So you have follow. By the way, here you have, you saw me doing it already, but I started to going back and forth, but you can easily change from account. Just go here to the next account, to the next account. But there's a very great feature here. So you have installed your account, and if you come from follow liker or you have multiple accounts, add them all, and so that they're all in there, and then go to this part. So you start with follow, and we go to the settings first. And this is what I recommend. It's a little bit lower than in follow liker, but for now I'm good with it. If it runs perfectly for a longer period of time, what you could do is make this 3 and let's say 7. Then you see it jumps up. Maybe we even 4 and 8. It jumps up to 912. You could do that, but for now I just want to, rather be a little bit less and no errors than risking errors. So these are the settings. So make notes. Make sure you have pen and paper. These are the settings. So wait between 2 and 5 minutes before each new operation, and follow then between 2 and 5 people per operation, with a delay from 30 to 60 seconds. Maybe you want to make a screenshot of this or just make notes. It is not that difficult. Execute time, this will be just default. It's just from 24 hours. I'm gonna skip this one, and follow a maximum of 500 to 700 people. So that is this for now. Later, if it runs perfectly, you can make sure you can just leave this, but then put 50 and then let's say 900. Yeah, if you upscale that. Makes sense, right? And this is a great feature that I have not seen. Let's say in follow liker before, you had to come in daily and make sure that you increase your numbers. This is an old account. If you just got started, if you have a brand new account, put this on, this is the same, but put this on 20 to 40. Is it? So you just go here, you do 20, 40, and this should be 0, 0. And then leave it for at least 1 week. After 1 week, you just come in, you do 50, and you do 700 in this case. What it will do, it will add 50, it will start to follow 50 more people every day. So this will 2040, the next day this will be 70, 90, then it will be 120, 140, and so on and so on and so on. And you do not have to look if if that's working. If it gives a little bit error, make it 25. So it grows slowly. Really, new accounts grow slowly. So make a note of this. This is 25, 25, 30, 60. And this is when you start, it's 2040. And then add 50 a day until it reaches 700 after 1 week. Okay? So I'll put this back to 700. Oh yeah, and make sure that it sometimes jumps back. It depends on what order you do, but sometimes it jumps back. So let's go scroll down, and then you have users filters, and these are settings I like to use. Skip non-English users. This will delete a lot of people from India and stuff like that. Maybe you have experience with this, but maybe it's not, unless of course it's your audience, then that's perfect. It's not my audience. So they will basically not interested in what I have to offer, and so I would rather follow and target other people than them. So user has profile image. This is what I personally like, because I presume that somebody has not a profile picture. He does not like to be, he's not very active, he's not really involved with the social media. So I stay away from this. These you can test. So if your bio needs, or so many posts, but it's okay. I don't do that. What I do use is a user has a number of followers from a specific range. I target people that have up to 5,000 followers. That's really the max, because bigger accounts, they don't notice. They don't notice you. So you start to follow them, they will be followed anyway. So they won't notice you that quickly. And 22,000 followings. If they are following 7,000 people, you can imagine that their feed, their you know, the images that come along, there are so many, 7,500 people or 5,000 people, they post every day. It's a lot of people, so up to 1,000 if everybody posts every day. In a whole day, 1,000 pictures comes by. You can imagine if it's 5,000 people they follow or 7,000 people, that is so much more. So your post will most likely not be seen. So that's why I rather target accounts with not a big of a following. And this is a great feature that's really helpful and made a big difference. Users that is not following this account skip followers, so you don't want to follow people that are already following you. I do not follow private users because if you follow them, they have to accept, and I stay away from there. And this is great. This is also new. Skip businesses account, because a business account, you know, is trying to sell their own stuff and is not so much on Instagram to, you know, be interested in your stuff. So I stay away from businesses accounts, and I also skip accounts with websites, because the websites, it's most likely that they are selling stuff and they will most likely not sell from you or buy from you. So that's why I use these two: skip business accounts and skip accounts with websites. And you can choose male, female, or both. I follow everybody in that case, but in most cases, you know, a lot of female, if you have a really, maybe you do makeup and stuff like that, then maybe you want a more targeted female. Of course, if somebody left that blank, then, so if you are only females, then it still can happen that you are following a male, because I noticed I have accounts that I left my gender open. I don't know why, because so many I didn't bother, but so that is possible. And for the other reason, I have many accounts, but only one is actually a business account, and all my other accounts are private, but they all have websites. So I presume other people have that too, that are in my line of industry, you know, so that's why I skip accounts with a website on it. So now we can scroll a little bit further down, and here you have after follow actions. So what happens? You're following, what next? So I follow, and then after I followed, I like their post, one post, and I like for maximum so this should be one. Sorry, it's good that I see that. So I like one post, and I want to have a maximum, do that once per day, because you're only following once, so you just give one like. And 0 is often unlimited, and in this case you do not. We do not want to increase this. You could, I've tested it. It worked. You see, love your wall, love your pics. I just started to follow you. This is a spin text, so if you do test love your wall, I will follow you. It will give you, you know, more attention. That will check you out, definitely. For now, I turned it off. Commenting, and I also do direct messaging. Commenting gave errors, but feel free to test it. Just turn it on. Again, comment off a maximum of 1 per day. I would definitely do 1 to 1. Do not increase. And the comment percentages. So if you hover over this, let me see here. Value of 100 means that you will comment every follow. A value of 10 means that you will comment on every other 10. 20 every other 20. But I'm leaving this out. But feel free to test it. Make sure you have a spin. So this is with, there is a video in this section, I don't know, one of the latest videos about spin text. But basically it's that you give different options, that you're not sending out the exact same message every time. So I'm checking this off. You can also do direct messaging. Hey, I just started to follow you. I'm staying away from that. And remove poor quality sources. So we do follow sources down, by the way, in a bit. So let's say you're following a certain account, the followers of that. And and now it says 500. I think by default it is 100, but 500 is more fair. So you follow 500 people, or let's say you make it easy. So you're following 100 people. At least 10 of them have to follow you back. If that's lower, then the source is not that great. I do 500 because for the same example, you just follow 500 people or 100 people that are just the wrong people, and the other 400 will all follow you back. So I increase that number to 500. That's the reason why. Do not allow adding sources that are previously removed. So that is really helpful. It will remember. So if it was removed and you add a new one, then it will remember. And that's what happened. So that's great. So it also, by the way, keep in mind that it's automatically done. And like we saw with the other account, corporate history, I was not following anybody. But now I remember, probably the source was not that great. So it deletes the source, and I only had one in there. So it's done. I have to go back after this training and do research for now. So then we go to follow sources. Oh, hold on. Like I mentioned before, you have put all your accounts in there. You social profiles, you edit all the profiles. The thing that you can do right now, and you can do for all of them, is you go to copy settings. Just click that, you see. You can copy the start and stop status. So if it is already running, you can do that, or you check it, uncheck it, untick, and copy the tool settings and copy the source set. So make sure that this one is off, or else you will be following all the same people. But copy the tool settings to the selected accounts, and then you just select the accounts that you want to have the same settings on. So I'll cancel. But that is really easy. So boom, all your accounts in one setting have all these settings, and maybe you have 2 older accounts. Okay, then you go to that specific account, you click here, and then maybe you increase the numbers or lower the numbers for that specific account. Let's go to follow sources. And follow sources. So in follow like, I do refer to follow like because I know a lot of people are coming from follow liker and curious in Jarvee. You can follow people that use a certain hashtag. I've tried it also in Jarvee. It does not work that great, so I stepped away from that. Users by username, full name, and bio, so you can really be specific who you want to follow. You just open up and put the keywords in there, as well as here you can just add the keywords, but not using that. This is what we did in follow liker, and that probably still works. Or not probably, it still works. I've tested that as well, get great numbers. But Instagram really wants to have interaction, engagement, and the more engagement you can trigger, the better it is. They show your images better. So I was thinking, how can we create more engagement? How can you interact with people that do engage anyway? So if you're following, I will explain you so you can test it. Follow the followers or following them from a certain account. So let's say I'm targeting Time Freedom Dead. In just example purposes, right? That's my own account. I would just type in the account name like this, and then add account followers. I'm not this following, but there is the followers of that account. And look, and you'll see it is added here. And you see I've been testing it. I used to do this. So I had Costa Rica Official and Dr. Wayne Dyer. But you can test it. That's the old way, like in follow liker. If you're comfortable with that and you have some awesome accounts and great response, I recommend you can do this. I started doing this. Follow users that interact with posts on target account. So instead of I'm following everybody who's following Time Freedom Net, I now only follow people that interact with the posts on Time Freedom Dead. So everybody who likes and comments, I will start to follow them, and because it's great, they interact. I do follow issues commented in the last 3,000. So this is about 2.5 days. 2.5 days. You can do 2 days. So 1,440 seconds is 1 day. So 3,600. I do 4,200 3 days and 2,880 between that. And scraped posts is like I always copy the same. So make sure to do this. This is days. It's not in minutes. Sorry, it's in minutes, not in hours or days. And then you see what you do is the accounts you want. So you just do Time Freedom Dead. I want to engage with everybody who's engaging with that account, and I just click add, and then you'll see it. Boom! It's here. So I'm not gonna do that for this account, so I'm gonna delete it again. But make sure you the likes and comments. 2 or 3 days, 2.5 days, 3,600, and that's it. And this gives great results. So make sure you know more results. So I went through all of this for today. Discover Costa Rica. So what happens here is I do multiple accounts here. It makes it a lot easier. I'm actually using users and hashtags. So we can. This is an interesting app and. Feature, and I'll come back to that, but it was great, helpful to do research for this. Make sure that there is engagement on the posts. So if you're following accounts, even if they're big accounts, but they have 0 engagement or 20 likes on a post, then make sure that you have a lot of them. So follow also accounts where people are active and where people respond and engage. So if that's really in your niche, then it's awesome, right? So this is how we follow, and check results. Well, this is just wanna join me in. These are the accounts that you are following. It's just what happens. Unfollow, no, follow back. No. So and this just keeps score of days and days and days. So you see unfollowed, they are unfollowed again, and these people followed me back. And so that is that result. This is for the following. Let's move on to the next one, follow back. Well, we are following anyway, so I'm not using this. I don't see why you should actually, because we're, with the strategy we're following and unfollowing, you don't have to follow back yourself. So let's go to unfollow, and same here. So I'm following people after 1 day. If they do not respond in a day, I'll unfollow them again. Again, wait between 2 to 5 minutes, and unfollow between 2 and 6. I do 6 because I want to unfollow a little bit more than I follow. So that's the reason why I do 6. And again, wait between 30 and 60 seconds. And this is a little bit higher, so this is a little bit higher as well. Again, if you have a brand new account, first make sure that you the first week 20 or 40, 7 days long, then add 25 or to 50 people per day until you've reached 700. Then, only then, turn on unfollow. You can do the settings already, but just then turn it on like that. And then here, start to unfollow with 100 to 150, and then add 50, and then make sure it says here 250. So I'll show you. You just do 50 and do 750 here. Oh, and then this will be 100 and 150, right? Makes sense? So I put it back. And then we scroll a little bit down. And here, unfollow all users followed by Jarvee. So everybody who you're following with Jarvee, you can it will unfollow. Also target users followed from outside of Jarvee. So maybe you have a client, maybe you come from follow liker as well. But if you come from follow liker, you want to unfollow them as well. But maybe you have a personal account and there is a whole bunch of them that you do not want to unfollow because you think it's personal. And for example, I had a client, it's a gallery, and I started working with them, and I also unfollowed loyal followers that were a bit upset that they were unfollowed, and but I was still running that in follow liker. And in Jarvee, you can if you take it like this, then those people will not be unfollowed. Jarvee will also only unfollow people that are followed by Jarvee. So that is a great feature. I turn it on because I want to unfollow everybody. These again, follow ratio, you can play around with it. I don't know. I do check these two. Do not unfollow likers. So if you have people that are engaging with your posts, I do not unfollow them up to a certain level, because you cannot follow more than 7,500 people, right? So if you reach that, you should uncheck this, or you lower this to the last 4 accounts or something like that. So then you or 5 accounts have people that really always. So you can play around with it, but just keep an eye on it if you reach that point. Do not unfollow commenters as well, because I think if you have people that are interacting, engaging with your posts, keep them around, keep them happy, and do not unfollow them. That could have some, because you're following similar accounts, people will see that. So this is for unfollow. Again, make sure that you make notes of the settings: 1, 2, 5, 2, 6, 30, 60. This by default. If not, make sure that it is. 12 PMs and check. Great. So let's go and listen. I know it's long, but we go faster through these. But these are the most important ones, because we're going to focus on following, unfollowing, and liking. Although, let's go to liking. Although liking gives errors, apparently. That was in follow like as well. It is because of algorithms of Instagram, but I do recommend you to try it. If it errors, like you saw all the red dots, just turn it off and turn it on after a few days and see what happens. And if there is a change, I will give an update. You will find it somewhere below this video if there is an update about how to like better. But this is what gave me good results, and I always keep it low, 315. There will people who say you can like up to 700 a day. I'll just, 300 is great. So the settings are wait between 10 and 50 minutes, between every operation, like 2 to 5 posts, and wait 30 to 60 seconds. 10, 15, 2, 5, 30, 60. Again, whole day round. And if you start liking, maybe even lower, 20 to 50. I started slowly, 70 to 95. This one runs perfectly. And increase 10 with 10 a day until it reached 300. You see here, this is the average that you can reach. Jarvee calculates that you will be liking 350 likes per day. So that's how I do that. And I like users' most recent 2 posts. So if somebody posts, I only do, and I'll explain a little bit more about that with the sources, but there are 2 most recent posts. I skip English users So if they post, you know, in Russian, you know, unless you have a Russian audience, then I do not do this. But I target English users, and I even skip Dutch users because they're not my audience. So non-English users, bye bye. And you have to see that people from non-English speaking people, but they do market online, maybe there are your audience, they most likely will use English language in their bio anyway, so you will reach them anyway. Again, I'm not liking if people have no profile images. Again, all male, female. Here, post filters. Post it in the last day. You could do 1 or 2 days. Image and videos, I like them both. And filter posts that have between 0 and 500 likes. If you have posts with 10,000 likes, your like will not be noticed at all. So that's why I keep 500 likes at the most. Number of comments, you could do this. Post on likes. And again, this is it. After like, I stay away from this remove pro because we're not doing this, because I will show you that again. Copy settings, same as for follow. Just copy the settings to all your accounts, and then source for liking. We are liking the posts of our followers. We are not gonna like people that use certain hashtags. And now we're gonna follow. We're gonna like our followers. And we're gonna like post latest posts on the feed. So on your phone, the images that you keep seeing coming about, we're gonna like those, and we're gonna like posts of our followers, because there's people following us. You want to engage with them. Instagram wants you to engage, so engage. And this is a great way to boost that engagement and really be on top of it. So only these two, like posts of followers. These two is the most important, so it will give liking or post of followers priority to like latest feed posts. So this is a 9, this is a 10. So that is all that. Again, results is featured here. You see latest post on followers. Again, so unliked. I'm not unliking anything. Oh, maybe that's why it says false. Likes. I don't know. We're not unliking, so I have no idea where that came from. Ignore that. Let's ignore that. But I liked 7 today. 24. Oh, so many likes they have. Interesting. So I learn as well. So that is how you like. Commenting really. I'm not using comments because it gave me errors in the past. I stopped using. If you decide to do it again, keep it simple. Wait between 2 and 5 seconds, 2 to 5 minutes. Comment between 2 to 5 posts per operations. 30-60. I would not comment maximum 100. I would rather keep it on a 50, 30 to 50. And then I would start with 10, 15, and then increase with 5 until you reach 50, something like that. Again, here, non-English, I would do non-English users. Skip followers, images. Yeah, again, you could duplicate the likes, only keep the numbers low. But again, I do not recommend using comments, so that is totally up to you if you want to do that. Contact. So contact, people they're mixed things. I've good results with direct messaging. So you have extract users, auto. I'm not using this extract users, auto extract. Great. I've not went into that. Add messages to selected users, so you can send message specific users, but send message to new followers. This is what I do. And again, spin text. Watch the other video about spin text. Make a nice, make a nice message here. you put a link into maybe you have a blog post, we have a blog, send them to your blog. Do not send them to a sales video of your product, buy my product here. Give value, always lead with value. So share valuable, build that relationship. And then from that value, maybe there's an opt-in page if they want to learn more, and then they come on your list and build your relationship further. So that is this. By the time now I'm recording this video, there was a bug in the system that if you send out a picture along with your message, the link in your message is not clickable anymore. So I'm not sending out images. You can test it by the time you've seen this. Maybe it is working. It is. I do recommend to send out a picture with the link. But there's another thing how you can go around it. I do recommend you have ClickFunnels by now. You're using ClickFunnels. If you're in your maybe you have a page where you're sending them to. You have the option on that page in ClickFunnels to the SEO settings. You can add an image. So if you send out a link, it will pop up an image, and that's how you can create an image as well, sending it out without adding a picture in here. And what I do, and I find it very powerful, this is really awesome for Jarvee, is send a secondary message after 6 to 12 hours. Only if the user has replied. So now I send out an automated a message, and now somebody responds to it. And I do not always have the time, it's a lot of accounts to keep an eye on, so I could not do that. But this is great. And what I send out here is you go to edit secondary message. And basically what I say is happy to hear from you. It's not always possible for us to chat here on Instagram, but if you like to have more info about XYZ, then join our Facebook community and I invite them to our Facebook group. And we have about 20 to 30 Facebook requests. Let's say, 20 use really, and it's really targeted. If you do the targeting and following great, then your message will respond with them, and they will come and visit you because they respond to you first, and then you respond with you reply with this message inviting them to come over to Facebook, and that's where you have them all in a central place where you can communicate with them. Guys, this is so freaking awesome. Check for new followers every 50 minutes. Go through the most 200 followers. Yeah, perfect. Again, copy settings. All the other accounts. Auto reply to message. I do that. So sometimes people send you a message. Again, I have no time or the urge to go over that every day to see if there's a message for me. So what I do, I have an automated message about the same as the secondary message. Hey, it's not always possible for me to connect with you here on Instagram. But hey, come over to Facebook if you want to learn more. Again, to the Facebook group, or you ask them to friend request you and sending you a personal message saying hi from Instagram or something that you know that they're from here. So you can do that too. Reply to all messages. You can do reply message that contains specific words, specific words. So maybe if somebody asks, what is it that you do? You could do here, what is, you could add here, but I'm not doing that. Check for new messages every hour. Again, copy settings, great. And then send message, that's here the settings actually. I keep it a little bit higher. 19 to 23 minutes, send out 1 to 3 messages per operation. And I have now a maximum of 60-65 per day, and that works great. I will keep increasing the numbers. It used to be 150, 160 a day, but then I, for a long time, only had errors in follow liker, only errors with direct messaging, and then it worked again, but I could not increase it above 35. And now this is running perfectly, 60, 65. And I increase it, it maxed now, and I'll keep it running for quite a while, and I will increase it to 75 and 85 and see what happens. But these, keep it low, send between 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 2 message. If you just get started, you know, I would, if you just get started, make it 5, 10 messages per day, and keep it doing that for a week, 5 to 10, and then increase it with 5 every day until you reach 65. And just see what happens. If you have an error, just turn it off, lower your numbers again, and then start over again. See what happens. And you can maybe do the wait minutes. You can increase it between 30 to 60, and then just see what happens. Just really, these are things that can be tricky. And then delete pending messages after 3 days. So if you log into your own messages, you see that request. No, those are the pending messages. If somebody does not respond on that, I will delete them. So you see all new followers, and you have the secondary wait between 5 to 30 minutes before a new operation, and just send out one message. I do this very low because it adds up to direct messaging on this, but it is engaging. So I increase the engaging here 15 per day. You can see if you increase this number, if you every day hit this number, then you have a lot of response. Maybe you want to increase it a little bit. Maybe lower this and increase this. Just play around with that, and that's perfect. Let's go to direct messaging. Oh, again, you can copy the settings, of course. Direct messaging. This is a great feature. So these are messages. You can see your direct messaging, and that's really great. So Pascal, I don't know. Let's see what he has to say. OJ, he likes it, and then automatically he will be sent that other message, right? Remember, I will be inviting him to Facebook. But if I look at it, this picture, I see kids and it's maybe his wife and him. So this is really my audience, a dad, a parent, that. So I did my research good. And so you can scroll over. And oh, that's great, I know her. Apparently sending her messages. So, but you could respond, and you just type in your message here. You can send him a picture, you can send him a video, you can just respond, send message, done, perfect. So this is really great, and you can just, let's go to DM Travels. You can go through your direct messaging here. So now all these messaging are being sent out, but I go here, nice history, you see, and here it's not clickable, but in the thing it is clickable. So that is really perfect. So you can just respond, thanks, and like that. So this is a great way to go over your direct messaging without logging in, logging out, logging in, logging out, logging in, logging out. Direct messaging. Manage comments. Well, I'm not commenting, so my own, but these are the comments I get on posts. And we're not going to do that because we are going to do something else later on. But here you see that this person responded 4 times with the same message. Sorry, I just got distracted. Interesting history. Here again, you can do the same. And you say thanks, and I said comment. So really powerful feature, really powerful feature, because I do not have time to go over all the comments and things. But this is really powerful. You can really see what's going on and how you can. So you really create engagement. Instagram, show 18 items per page. Yeah, got it all. Delete posts. So what you could do here is delete your own posts. I'm not doing that, but you can increase, delete. You can do a specific post, but what you can do is you can delete all the posts, or you can delete the maximum of so many per day. Older. So you can do this. Delete posts older than, let's say, 10 days, or delete posts that have between so many likes. You see, I would not. So if they have less than, so you have what you could do with this is that you want to keep your account like only high performing images. So if you have pictures that do not really perform, you want to delete them. But you know, I'm not using this, so but I'm just going to show you what it does. It is a great feature that you can set this to 500. So all the posts you make that have less than 500 likes, it will be deleted. Delete comments. Not using that, but you could delete non-English comments. Do not delete your own comments, of course. Delete all comments from posts. No. So you could do non-English. So if somebody responds to you in Russian on an English post, you want to maybe delete that. But again, I'm not using that, especially if you've not managed and you manage comments. You go through it, you can see it, you can delete them there as well. Block followers. I'm not using that as well. I'm not sure why you want to do that. You can block certain you're not following you, but so let's move on. Repost, and this is a great feature if you have a specific niche account. So I create my own content. I do a lot of I use my own pictures and stuff like that. But let's say you have a niche account. So I give you an example. I will show you. Let me see. This is the Ford Raptor. The Ford Raptor is an account that I post only pictures of Ford Raptors. I'm not involved in there. I'm not me as a person in pictures. I only post pictures of Ford Raptors because I really want to build a niche account and see how that works. Then this is the settings with 10 to 20 minutes before operations, but you repost. So what you do is you find other accounts and you'll repost their pictures. But I'm not posting it directly on my wall. I do want to have a certain control, and I will show you because we have to create a campaign and a destination list. But 10 to 20 repost, one post per operation, and then wait for 30-60 minutes. Repost 5 to 5 per day, no more. Repost users' most recent 5 posts. So I really want to have fresh content and fresh content. So post filters posted in the last videos and images. Post in the last 10 days. And the filters numbers of likes between 250 and 5,000 likes. If you're following accounts that have pictures with 5 to 20,000 likes, and 5 is the lowest and 20 is the highest, then do 10 to 15,000 likes, or 15 to 20,000. So the 15,000 to 20,000 likes you can put in here, so that you always have the accounts with the best engagement. Okay. Filter posts by number of comments. So I want to have at least 20 comments, between 20 and 500 comments. Just a sip of coffee here. And do not repost on non-English posts. Repost settings, and here we go. Send post to campaign instead of posting on the wall. I will show you in a bit how we can do a campaign before we move on here. And send post to a draft. Also repost on this unique image alteration level. So it will change the image. I don't know how you call that, but in the background of the image, so it looks for Instagram, it's a unique picture and not a copy. Repost original location and tag the original user. If you're using other people's content, people, make sure to give them the credit. Do not say, "Oh, I made the picture." You did not. You use their content and they love it. They get extra exposure. Don't worry about losing, sending because they are doing other stuff. So make sure to give them credit, okay? And here you can do all these things and text and stuff like that. I just do by default is original post caption. I leave that really because we're sending them to a draft. So let's go to campaign if you want this to work. So you have these settings, right? First you go to sources and then find accounts that are, that have your pictures that you want to repost. And so I added a few here, you see. And from these accounts, so Gen Raptor is 7. So this is a higher priority than the Gen Raptor. And off-road does not always have Ford Raptors, so I put them a little bit, maybe even lower, 6. So now we have that. So you add you do your research in your accounts. If you have travel accounts, look up other travel accounts that have posts that you want to, pictures that you want to post, and put those accounts here. Then we go to campaigns. Inactive. I don't know. So maybe there is an error. I'm just doing this with one. So because the rest I should actually do the one, the way we post. 1, 2, 3 methods. So I'm not, this is just, but it's interesting to do. So we have a campaign and we have here destination lists, right? So campaign, and what you do is you click here, add campaign, and then add standard campaign. You click that. And then please select at least one non-empty destination list. Okay, so first, apparently we have to create destination list. So you add destination list, and then here you will find all your accounts, right? And let's say I want to do that on this one, and then let's do it on this one. Let's do it on that one. Okay. So now I created corporate is history as a destination, and I give it a name, and I corporate test. And you can tag it again. So if you have a specific niche, travel and stuff like that, you can do it like this. Okay. Make sure that's done. And then let's go to campaign. And this was the new one that we created. So I'll go here, and then details. And here I will select. This is campaign 2, and the settings, campaign, tags. Again, you can see where you want to do it. It's just called it active. Allow publishing to text posts on Pinterest. No. I want to make sure. Let's go to the Ford Raptor. Yeah. So what you want to do, you Ford Raptor, you give it a tag, and you want to make image unique before they are posted. So again, small or medium, that's, you know, that Jarvee changed the image a bit, that they are unique. And this is what I did. Enable watermark on images post. I do my own youlivetoday.com, our own thing. I do them at the right button. That's why where I always right button corner. And then I want to do it maybe in white, because I noticed I could not see it. So make it 12 and just test around and just really test this. And if you see it, if it's really huge and big, it's the wrong image. So then this is the place where you change that. Advanced settings. Let me go. If you click on advanced settings, no, let's not go here, because you'll see that it can be reposted on other places as well. But we are just gonna stick to it. And what to publish, where to publish, when to publish, drafts, post list, and stuff like this. So drafts is here. So it's scraping, and now you see that it's automatically scraping these images on a daily basis. And so I can scroll through. If you go hover over it, it will show you that what kind of picture it is. So this is for me not usable because it's not Ford Raptor. So if I scroll a little bit here, I can delete the post. And oh, I did not want to delete that one. Anyway, and I don't want to have this video. But let's say I want to have this. I really like this picture. I do edit. And here you can change the text and put it, and you can put your hashtags under here, and so on and so on. Here I do what I do extra. The owner of this picture, the Gen 2 Raptor, is used. He will be tagged in the picture, but I also always do so I'll put a font in there, playing around in the snow, playing around in the snow, playing, and then I'll add always this, and then do a credit, add Gen 2 Raptor, and then again I put the hashtags under here. I'm not gonna use him, but I do use that one. This one do I F-150 Raptor truck maybe, and that will be it. So this will be it, and then I say okay, and here it is. And then what I do is send post to list. I'm gonna do check, and then I go to post lists. Here it is, and now it will be post when to publish. So you can do this multiple times. I do twice a day at 11:13 and at 1:22 in night. You can do multiple times. You can set exact times you want to have it post. Publish a post list item to selected destinations. Again, make sure for the Raptor destination you have where to publish. Destination for the Raptor. I have to take this one away, so only this one, of course, in here. The Ford Raptor, what to publish, when to publish, we have it, and history this is what I already posted automatically. So, but this is how you can create a campaign and a destination list. Let's go back to tools. Again, this is really interesting. So, for people who want to searching for a way how you can post campaign details. So post lists and what to publish. Here you go. You can add to post lists. So you can put your text in here and then do a photo, upload from computer. Let me see if this is a picture. And here you see this, let's say this is an image you want to post. You write your text here and then text and image from URL. No, add photo. If you hover over it, you can see it. Add to post list. It will be added to the post list, and it will be so you can do on a Monday morning. You can create all these images, and then you go when to post and where to post. You can go where to post, and I want this image. And so you have selected all your accounts here. You can do I want it here, I want it here, I want it here, and it will be sent out. This is awesome tool to do posting and scheduling. Because here you can see when to publish. You can say, hey, I want only one a day at 9:35 a.m. or, you know, at 9 a.m. I really want to post. I really want to post at 9 a.m. one post every single day, and this is how you post it. So I hope this was clear. Play around with this. Again, also watch tutorials if you want to know a little bit more about it. But basically, you make a campaign, a destination list. You can add all your images in here, and you just can schedule them for a whole week. And I have to find out what their error is. If there is an error, I don't know. Apparently it did post. If I go here to my Instagram account, and I see that there is. This was one posted 1 hour ago. I don't know if you can see it, but that was the image I had in there. So I know why it's inactive. There were no posts at all in there. So let's go back to tools, to corporate history, and do not be alarmed with red dots. It just gives that red dots and yellow dots and blue dots. Blue dots, it's going through it. Yellow dots, it has reached its maximum. So your settings are 100. It went through the 100 and it's done for the day. Then it turns yellow. Tomorrow morning, it will be blue again. If there's an error, it's red. And let me show you, I'll go through that. If you hover over it, then, come on. If you hover over it, look here. Daily limit reached. And here it's blue. Today is 560 unfollowed, total so many unfollowed. Here is an error. Action blocked. This action was blocked by Instagram. And there are many features. I had, for example, Time Freedom Dead could not follow anybody. I could follow people on my phone manually, but not through Jarvee Liker. Connect with support. There's a great way. They have a great support. They always respond within a few hours. And every issue I had has been solved within 24 hours. It was so fast. They were helpful. And they actually created an extra feature, especially for my issue. And so these can use through through the internet and log in, log out, but they can also go directly through a browser and they dive in, so you go around it. Long story, it works, they fix it. Really, contact support with any issue you have, they are on it. And before, also watch tutorials or reach out in the chat group here on Facebook, of course. And so do not be discouraged or freaked out by these. Of the 50 accounts, I have a few red ones, and these are apparently all working. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. But just start slowly with the liking. So let's continue. We deleted, we block follow, we reposted. Users and hashtags. I really do not really understand why this is here, but it is. it was quite helpful. Let's say you want to follow a certain travel account, and I found a family mad. No, that was travel mad mom, I guess. Travel Mad Mom. This was an account that was really appealing to me. Was for one of my accounts. It was really wow, targeted. So I thought, hey, what else? What other accounts would be, related to that? So you can type in the account here, and you do search suggested users. And now in search in progress. Please wait. I hope it doesn't take too long. Here it is. So now you have all these accounts that it suggests you can use. And I just do copy all. And then I go back to here. And if I go to example notes, and then note in here. These are all, oh, this is my own account. Interesting. These are all suggestions that he gives, but go through them and do research, because the Ellen Show is, it's the Ellen Show. It's millions of followers and maybe not really that specific. So make sure to go through it. But it just gives you a lot of ideas and maybe accounts that you would otherwise would not have found. So you can also do that for hashtags, but this is as far as I'm using it. I've not really dove into it, but I thought it was quite a cool feature. So do your benefit with this. It's nothing that you can start or stop, or this is really a research tool. Like comments. So this is great. Make notes. This is actually the last one. The settings is 2 to 5, 2 to 5, and this should be 30 to 60. And so again, pay attention before you hit and go on that it is really it is set like that. 30 to 60 at least, 2 to 5, 2 to 5, 2 to 5, all correct. Like a maximum of 50 to 100 per day. If you get a lot more likes, you can increase this number. Just, if you go through it really, really fast, you can increase that number. But what it does, this is really boosting engagement, guys. If you have comments, Instagram loves engagement. So if people comment on your post, and it really wants you to respond within an hour, or the faster the better. And if you have multiple accounts, you do your stuff today, and then tomorrow you're back and you're posting, I had all these comments, but that's really late. It is not engaging. That is not really there. Instagram wants you to engage fast. So this is a great feature. I'm really enthusiastic about this, and I see it really working. Skip non-English comments. So if somebody comments in Russian or in Arab and whatever on your account, you cannot read it, you cannot understand. So I skip liking it. I'm not liking. I'm not using my like to comment on that. Do not like on your own comments because it's just weird. And filter posts by creation time. Posts that are between between 0 and 48 hours. Here's here's hours again. So 48 hours, 2 days. Do not like if comments contain specific words. So specific offended words. We all have our haters. You could do that. I'm not using it because I know I don't have that issue. I'm not using it. So, but if you would like to avoid liking specific comments, specific words, you can add them here. You see, you just put the words in here and it will be okay. Scroll down again, comment, copy settings if you like. You could reply on the comment. Does not always make sense, does it? If somebody asks you a question and you say thank you, it's just weird. So go back to manage comments if you want to respond. Go through your account and manage comments, respond. Awesome feature. Source, like, own, post, comment. That's it. So people comment on your post, and you will like those comments. Awesome. So really engaging, really boosting that engagement. Results, let's see, something happened. Oh yeah, but I was not following anybody, was not posting anybody. So let's see, I don't know. Let's see, Ford Raptor, results. See, so I have comments on the latest post yesterday, and I immediately liked the post. So it's really great. And we go to save post. I'm not saving posts. Story viewer, you could go through stories. I've not dove into this. I'm not using that long, but I would really focus on follow, unfollow, like, direct messaging, or sorry, this direct messaging in here in contact, message. So what you can do to make it easy is to go to manage tabs, and we want to follow. We do not want to follow all back. We do want to like. We do not want to comment, direct messaging, or you can leave that because you want to respond, manage comments, delete post, delete comments, block follows, repost. If you like, you can do repost, but it's only for really specific niche accounts and in a way like that. You can use hashtags. It's nice to do research, like, comments, and these you can click away. So you see that is a little bit more orderly, and you can focus. Guys, I think, one more thing, if you use proxies, you can use proxies, one proxy, 3 accounts. So what you do is you have your proxies, and you go here. And if you have your proxies from my private proxies, you'll find a link. It will be a long sentence, but you go into my private proxies, and then you will see what is what. You have your proxy IP port. That will be basically the long number, the first numbers, I guess. And then you have the proxy username. That's probably your name. And then you have a proxy password. Fill it out here, and then it will either. And then is it saying that? Here it is. So you add your proxy, and then you do verify proxy, and then it needs to go to green. And so that's how you verify your proxy. Let me go here. The thing that you do now is you have added your accounts, and you have social profiles here, and then the only thing you do is, so let's say I have 3. This one only has 1, so I can go here and do click, and I can add the accounts that is not already in there, right? So then you add it to here, and then 3, and you go to the next one. So that is basically really easy to do that. Again, dashboard here, up here, you see what is happening in your account. If you see your error messages, it says yes. Here, your errors. Secondary message, I don't say don't worry, so I have to check. Maybe it's also an error if it reaches a limit, or there's no one to send it to, that gives that as well. What's new? These are their updates they do. You can read through it. Instagram contact tool, added option to send message to new followers, tab specifically through how many recent followers you go to. No, anyway, just keep an eye on this. It's always good to know. Contact support. Boom, really easy, respond fast. It's great. Tutorials, it will bring you to the website. It will bring you here, and you do your research and stuff like that. So really great. It does updates automatically. You do not have to shut down your software. You just leave it running. It will automatically update and shut it down and starts it again. So that is great. Follow like sometimes it happens that I was away for 2 days, and then on day 1 it shut down for an update on the Windows, and then it was not there. So if I'm correctly, it's not the issue here. So guys, this is it. Go through it. watch it 10 times, really use these settings. If you're new account, again, start slowly, be patient, let it grow slowly, and by the time it grew and it aged a little bit, then you can increase those numbers and you have a lot more fun with those accounts for a longer time than being suspended and stuff like that. And again, if your account is, God forbid, being suspended, take the effort to write Instagram. You have always the option. Your account is suspended. If you do not agree, click here, click there, and make sure that you connect with them and say, hey, I think you made a mistake. And then you get a number. You have to write it on the paper, make a nice picture, and send it to them. 9 out of 10 times I got my account back. So it's definitely worthwhile doing it. So guys, this is it. I hope you learn, and I hope you are enthusiastic as I am. I mean, the features of like, comments, and stuff like that really is a big benefit instead of using follow liker. My errors are a lot less. My numbers grew. I really, from the bottom of my heart, recommend you using this in your business. Make sure that you're in the Facebook group, but I'm sure that you are all there. If not, connect with us, make sure that you're in the chat group. Stay updated. If you have questions, ask them there. Use support here. Use support if you need it. Go through the tutorials if you need it, but you should be good. Bye.